Hello, buddy. It's Pedos, and today is going to be a bank check, stat update, and then I want to talk about the big update that came out this week, which would be the fight kiln and the new quest, and then effigies, which is something I've got to get onto in a minute. But as you can see, this is basically all that's valuable in my bank. The sand hat, just out of wishful thinking, I suppose, is on the GE at max cash, so hopefully one day somebody will just buy it for max cash. So that's why it's not in the price check right now. But I did frosts for a little bit and then got bored. So but the money I made from that, I've used to buy Bando's chest plate. Eventually I'll also get the tassets, but for now that's all I've got. When I bought them, I thought, they were like 14.7 mil, I think. So I thought to myself, I must have snagged them for cheap, but they seem to have gone down a little bit, so don't think I made any money off that. But shouldn't be too long of a price check. There's only a couple of items. As you can tell by the XP counter up there, the Hunter and these Chinchompers, I've been doing a little bit of Hunter. Basically, because of the so 16.6 mil, as you can see that's around to under 14 now. Cannonballs are cheap as well. Might want to stock up on those. My hint. But anyway, the effigies. I'll go on my effigy tab just to make a point. Yes, I did ask for the pin. I asked for that pin, and when it came up saying like how long, it came up with 3 or 7 days. I thought how long. I thought that meant like if somebody got your account and your pin, they could like request for it to be taken off, and it'd be taken off in 7 days. But it's actually like you have to wait 7 days. So I must have done that late Saturday last week. I have 15 effigies, right? I don't think I showed this in the last video, my apologies, but 15 effigies, right? I got 3 of them in about 2 hours at Frost. It was ridiculous, right? And what I was going to do was I was going to do Frosts until I had maybe 30 mil cash, 4 bandos, and maybe 10k cannonballs to start off with, and I was just going to do some Slayer. And what I'd probably do was I'd slay until my bank was full, at which point I would then go and get the skills required to open my own effigies, because I don't fit, getting assists can be a pain, and especially like to assist all 15 of those probably take me over a day to do. And say I put me into runecrafting, right now I'm at 65. So I'd get like what, 20k XP in that, if not less. So for 300k XP, I'm not very good. I'm decent at maths, but not when I'm on the spot. So for a day to get 300k runecrafting, I could probably be more efficient to do runecrafting itself. So that's what I was gonna do. But then Jagex, in their infinite wisdom, decided to make it so you can't have more than 5 effigies, in which case you would lose the ability to gain any more. A lot of people have said this, and I'm going to say it again because I agree. If when effigies came out, it was you can't have more than 5, fine. If that was the way the effigies worked from the start, that'd be fine. But instead, they've waited like 2 years after it's come out to completely just destroy the way that everyone used them. The way that most people do use effigies is they do Slayer, they stock up all their effigies and they use them in one go. That's the way that people have used effigies for the past 2 years. Most people, when they get 99 Slayer, save their effigies and use it on a slow skill or a skill they don't like, or if they haven't got a lot of money, they'll use it on herbal or construction or prayer. I wouldn't have minded if they'd nerfed the rate. Before, it was 1 in every 100k Slayer XP. As much as it's not like exact, so it's going to take a while to get an accurate reading of it. But there are people who've had like nearly 2.5 mil Slayer XP without an effigy since this update. So I'm hoping it's not that bad. I mean, if it had been 2 times less, so you only got 50 effigies of 99 Slayer, at 99 runecrafting, that's still 2.5 mil XP, I think, which isn't bad. So I think if they like two things that they've done are two bad things. They should have done one or the other. Actually, no. The 5 effigy limit should have been there at the start. That should not come in 2 years afterwards. I mean, it's like, you know how max cash is 2.147 bill? It's like saying, now, oh, by the way, if you earn more than 1 mil an hour, the magical RuneScape taxman comes along and takes half of it. There are some things that once they've been in the game for a certain amount of time, messing around with them just ruins the whole concept of them in the game. If they'd nerfed the rate, yeah, it would have sucked because I get less runecraft and XP or whatever from Slayer, but I can still stockpile them because people who are halfway through getting Slayer have had to stop, and now if they for some reason hate skilling ridiculously amount to a ridiculous extent rather, they now have to stand at World 117 and try and get assists for like 400 stages of effigies. Like I said, they should have, if they'd nerfed the rate on Tuesday, I would have been like, oh, shame. But anyway, I'll get on with it. The 5 effigy thing should have been in at the start if they were going to put it in. Now was the wrong time to change it. It's just stupid the way they've done it. For somebody starting the game, like I said, to them, it would have come out when they started the game. It would have been, if a new person went to do Slayer now, they'd be like, oh, you can't get more than 5 effigies. Oh well, that's the way it has always been to them. But for people who, like I said, maybe were halfway through Slayer, they're now screwed because they've got to spend ages trying to get these assists. Well done, Jagex, is all I'm saying. Charms. 5k green charms. I checked this on a charm calculator. I've got 80 summoning banked with those charms, which isn't bad, I know. The only problem with that is that it would cost me 11 mil in shards. I'd be able to get like the return from that, most of it back. Like I'd end up getting about 10 mil return in shards at Bogrog, is it called, whatever. But still, I'd need 11 mil like startup cash, so that's quite a long way down the line. Nothing else interesting in that tab really. Like I said, random Slayer tab, my DFS on there. I wish you could price check that when that was full, because that's worth like, it's only worth like 8 mil now, isn't it? Because they Barrows, that drop rate was way too low. I mean, everybody was getting those. This is like my Hunter tab, because now that I've got to get all the skills for myself, I've basically got like 97. A lot of people, when they go to open their own effigies, they only get like the lowest you can to boost them. For example, agility and summoning, you'll need to get 87 because Clan Citadel has got like a thing on the battlefield that boosts it by 10, which yeah, is fair enough. But I was always going to max this account eventually, so why not do it? But the way I'm going to do it is I'm not going to sit down and go, right, agility to 97. I'm going to go, right, agility to 85, and then Hunter to 90 or whatever. So I've been mixing up a little bit. My thieving level last week was 47, I believe. It is now 65, right? Pyramid Plunder is fast. Even at the like level 51 one. That sounds weird. So basically, from level 51 to level 60, I was still getting over 60k an hour on that. I've stopped at 65 because once I get my new computer, my actual desktop, and I can use mouse keys, Menophyte Thugs is like 250k an hour at level 65. It's 200k an hour, and then once you get past about 95, it's 250k. But between 90 and 96, 95, 91, between 91 and 96/95, doing the highest level of Pyramid Plunder is faster. So from 65 to 95, I'll do Menophyte Thugs. 65 to 91, that's really annoying. I'm going to do Menophyte Thugs, and then I'm going to finish it off with Pyramid Plunder. Nothing else interesting in that tab. You'll notice that I've already said that. I'm getting off track. I was going to say about the Santa hat, why it wasn't there. It's not there because it's in the GE. The ones that are left here are ones that I need to put in the costume box at my house, which I just can't be bothered to do. onto the newly refurbished skill tab. As you can see, the fishing bit hasn't really changed. I've barely done any fishing. But they've got some super anti-poisons, and these are all the pyramid plunder stuff. I pretty much only take the gold stuff out for when I need to recharge this ferroceptor. I got that. That's mine. I got that from the gold chest when I was like 61. So I think I'd only just got to 61. So that's great. Skull boots. I need to use those, so I'll probably go do some agility for the rest of the day. Rune crafting, not that much. Farming. I really need to get back into farming. I was going to wait till 60 so I could use, but they cost quite a lot, don't they? Depending on how long this bit, go away, Xanarist Choir. Depending on how long this bit goes on for, I might end up putting some agility on, like over the top. But I was going to talk about the fight to kiln and the quests and stuff. Those choiry things are annoying. Well, I can't even read it. Anyway, I, like many people, watched the RuneShark and Castle Wars live streams on YouTube. If you didn't see them, they are available like as videos. If you go onto RuneShark's channel, if you don't know who they are, they're pretty popular. And you can see they did 3 separate ones. They did the quest. There's like an hour. They did attempt number 1, which is about an hour and a bit, and then attempt number 2, which is another hour and a bit. So there's a fair amount of content there. And then Castle Wars, O Mustardo, O Mustard O, if you want an easy way to remember. That's the channel name. He did it all in just one massive stream, so that's like 4.5 hours. I think it's 4:51. I think it's nearly 5 hours. But anyway, as far as we can tell, Castle Wars was the first person in the entire game to get the new fire cape, the Tukkar Cal, is it? I don't know. And the only way we know this is because he went in there first time and got it, so that's probably quite a big thing. And also, I think it was Mod Chris L, I'm not sure which mod it was, said congratulations to him in a PM, which none of the other people who got it on their first go got. But if you haven't seen the video, Wooks, during one of the Jad waves, Mod Jack Mob, who's the guy who worked for that botting company that then got employed, but anyway, he shows up and and he's just standing there, and in like a little video that Wooks did, he teleports away, and everyone in the comment is like, you got a mod to cheat for you. But no, Wooks did a very good job. But the thing about Wooks is he got it like 3rd or something, like in the world, but he got to about wave 17, realised he didn't have the right gear, came out and still got like top 5 at least in the world. But anyway, we'll actually get onto the actual we'll get onto the actual update now. I will likely never do the fight kiln until they release new gear that's got really high defense and stuff like this. Because right now, the 2 best ways to do it are Storm of Armadyl, which costs a hell of a lot. To do Storm of Armadyl for the entire caves costs something like 12 mil. Go away, stupid choir. Anyway, and the other way is to use neck sets and a divine, which in its of themselves, I'm being really stupid today. That's gotta be about 2.5 bill to buy them all. So not very likely that I'll ever have that much money until they release. Like I said, until there's like a new armor, so the old armor goes down. I'll probably never complete the fight kiln, unless of course there's some really easy way to do it that they find. There's that guy with 1 defense who did it. 50 attack, 1 defense, 99 strength, 99 range, 99 mage did it, which is pretty impressive. Yeah, I probably won't do it because a large part of it is how much damage can you take. There's when people were doing it, the high level people, they were saying there's not really that much skill to it. What a lot of people were expecting was ridiculous stuff where you have to press switch, you have to be able to toggle press switch really fast. You're going to run out of brews, so you have to learn how to soul split fick really effectively. But the very fact that people could do it on their first go, just even though they had next gear and a divine, a lot of people were expecting it to be really, really hard, like ridiculous, to the point where you'd spend a day not being able to do it. But it's so easy. I say so easy. It's easy to the point where you can make 4.5 mil an hour getting uncut onyxes off it. Now, the Jagex put the uncut onyx in it because they thought the original fight caves gave you the cape and toggle. This one gives you one if you complete it, or an onyx. So rather than giving you a toggle reward, they give you effectively a GP reward because you can sell it on the GE. But because people can make 4.5 mil an hour off it, surely that's a sign that it's not as high level of an update as they thought. That boss is a mini game. It's not a boss. It's hit the tentacles until you kill 3 of them, hit the head until it goes down, hit the tentacles until you kill 3 of them. It's like a quest boss. It's something that's got a gimmick to it, you know what I mean? Random event things that happen in Xanaris are annoying. I should use a different bank, really. All the other bosses in RuneScape, like the God Wars bosses, the Corporal Beast, stuff like that, they're basically tanks. They've got massive HP and do a lot of damage, which means you've got to use your supplies effectively. You might have to use Soul Split when they're not attacking you. You've got to know what attack they're doing so you can avoid the damage from it. But this one, mainly because it's solo, obviously they couldn't give it ridiculous amounts of health. It does have ridiculous amounts of health, but with Storm of Armadillo, it disappears. All you do is just hit the tentacles, hit the head. Hit the tentacles, hit the head. A lot of people were disappointed. Many of the high level people, like I said, just because the people finished it on the first day, they thought this is nowhere near as difficult as they expected. The actual cape itself, I'm pretty sure, other than prayer bonus, it's better than the max cape. I could be wrong, but I think it's got better attack, defense, and strength bonuses than the max cape has. And Jagex need to fix that. They even need to. They'd probably have to boost the max cape, because a max cape takes at least a year. Like this time next year, I could have a maxed account. The only problem is obviously you got to make money. But to max an account takes at least a year, probably 2. That fight cave takes an hour and a half. That doesn't make a lot of sense, does it? The completionist cape outshines it completely. That completionist cape's got like plus 20 defense and might even be double figures in terms of its offense. But I know a lot of people, even people who have max cape, if they're slaying or whatever, they don't actually use max cape because stuff like the Arduin Cloak 4 has higher stab, and this new cape has more strength. So it's not the best cape, but it's also not meant to be the best cape. It's meant to be, that's why they're called capes of distinction, or capes of accomplishment. It's there to show that you've done something good, and it should be suitably rewarded. You should be suitably rewarded in that it's really good, or at least as good as something that takes a similar amount of time to get. I don't have the sudden overwhelm. I don't have the urge to dance. Random events in Xanaris are annoying me now. That's about it for this video. Trying to think what else happened. Sorry if I hit the mic there. What else happened in this crazy game? Not a lot. That's what happened. But yeah, Effigies, bad move. Should have been less than 5 from the beginning, or they should have nerfed the rates. Whichever one, not both. 2 years after the update. Fight Cave, a lot of people think it's too easy. The cave is probably a little bit overpowered. Max Cape needs to be boosted. And that's about it for this week. If you like the video, please do give it a like. If you haven't, subscribe, and I'll see you soon.